Hello, welcome to Showboys. Wow, live streaming, which is
Closing out
crazy.
the summer with one last animation topic. We're back with
Yeah,
summer of anime.
that's true. That's true. Off the piggybacking off of the last companion series, Alien Earth. Um, actually going to talk about one of the animated shows that I pitched for the summer of anime, but we never got around to. So I'm excited about that. First, I have to burp real quick. But anyways, dude, Nick, you and I, we're back podcasting. I feel like it's been quite some time since we've done an episode. How you doing, man?
I don't even know what episode we did last prior. Was it the Tombstone one? Like in March?
It's
I don't
like
even,
Andor.
and
Was
oh,
has it
Andor
really? Was it
CS.
really? Was it really that?
I think so because I want to say we flipped into summer of anime maybe. No,
Uh,
you had Severance in there. It was Andor, Severance, or was it I don't even remember. It's been so long. It's been a long summer.
what's up, Jeffrey?
Woohoo! With
Yeah,
with the
well-deserved
ranch.
break for Jeff and Chad out there.
Yeah, yeah.
After a good, great companion series for Alien Earth. But yeah, excited to be here. Excited to talk. We're going to be going over Predator, Killer of Killers, Hulu original animated anthology movie.
It was
But
Andor.
was it? Wow,
Yeah, went
it was wild.
Severance, Andor, and then we did Chad and I did 3 animes. Superman, Fantastic Four review with y'all, not me. And then yeah, Alien Earth, right into Predator here.
Dang, so it has been a while.
Just like
Yeah,
that one song.
it's been a while. Yeah. But before we get into the episode tonight, I'm gonna make a little announcement for anyone who cares particularly. This is the last episode, technically summer of anime, even though it's October. It is
Guaptober.
also going to be the last episode of Showboys
Not true.
until
Okay.
probably December.
Yeah.
Yeah, so got some life stuff happening. I'm expecting my fourth child at the end of the month, so I'm going to be out of commission for a bit. And we're kind of
We're
taking
digging.
a step back and reevaluating how we approach our content here for the podcast, and we decided that a better strategy for us is going to be very targeted and like niche coverage of things like our companion series,
Yes.
maybe sprinkle in a couple other series that we're working on behind the scenes, maybe a game playthrough here or there, for actual legitimate seasonal content instead of weekly episodes. So the combination of those two things, we're going to be taking a break for October and November, and we'll be back in December. I want to say middle of December, maybe, I don't know, maybe early December, but covering, I believe, season 2 of Fallout on Prime. So be looking forward to that. Of course, we have a couple episodes of Pokeboys still coming out. But yeah, so that's kind of going to be the approach there. Join the Discord if you want to stay in touch, and be part of our daily conversations about all sorts of things. But yeah,
Jeff is going to have his episode from the fair. He's going to do a live stream from the Stark County Fairgrounds, and he's very excited for that.
Yeah. I don't know how he meant Fallout from fair, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty common typo.
Yeah. Flare out.
Also, Chloe's here. Hi, Chloe. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, anything you want to add to that, Nick?
No. I think it's a natural progression of things. We've been digging our seasonal content largely focused around companion series. Obviously, Chad and I will be back for House of the Dragon season 3, so we'll keep the staples around. But yeah, just
Yeah.
easing the pedal off of the weekly grind. I think it's starting to distract us from the things we really like, and that's those
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
because I think the new approach will really allow for like higher quality content, um, instead of just having an episode to have an episode because it's another week, so we have to have an episode. So that's kind of the goal behind that, and we it won't be exclusively just covering shows. We'll figure out ideas for seasons that involve movies, that involve games, and all the other stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan moving forward. But tonight we are going to be talking about Predator, Killer of Killers, a Hulu original animated anthology movie. Uh, I was very excited to watch this and had a good time watching it, but it is the only Predator like content I've ever watched. So
Did
this
you
is
know
my
what the Predator was? Okay.
yes. I mean, I live under a rock, but not a boulder.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is my first foray into the Predator franchise. I don't know if this is a good place to start or not, but it is where I started. Did you have any experience with Predator prior to this?
I mean, many decades ago, I've definitely seen the first Predator, but it's like so far out of my memory. But like I do remember AVP, which is Alien vs Predator. But that was also before, like, at least for I paid attention, but also before generally pop culture cared about like wider IPs, right? And like connected universes and stuff. So at the time, it was kind of more on the corny side of just like, let's take the Predator and let's take the Alien and smash
Yeah,
them up. And what would happen if they fight? Very
yeah,
2000s,
a very
2000s
like
B movie.
novelty thing.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's definitely the extent. I don't have like a deep knowledge of it. I know more about Alien, just because I'm infatuated with like the newer movies, mostly because of the lore and history they explore there, with David and Prometheus and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It'll be cool. I think if they revitalize the Predator, that will be a nice compliment to the string of Alien things that we've gotten over the years.
True. There was I don't recall if this was a Hulu original or if it came out in theaters and then just landed on Hulu. But the movie Prey a couple years ago
Mhm.
was a another. Oh gosh, oh goodness, what happened? I didn't know if that was me or you.
Yeah, I hit a button on my mouse, and I think it was the back button, and out of the studio. Um, we were saying Prey. So, that's a Predator movie, and that
Yes.
is actually one of the Easter eggies that is left in the end of
Yeah.
this. So yeah. So I mean, you've seen that? Is that what you were saying?
No. I
No.
was just saying that like the Alien franchise, there has been a recent
Mhm.
revitalization of the Predator franchise with beginning with Prey. We had this Predator Killer of Killers, and then there is another movie coming soon. There's posters up at probably your local movie theater for Predator Badlands.
Ooh.
So they're trying. They're trying.
I
I don't
didn't know.
know.
I remember seeing Prey advertised. I don't think I put together that it was a Predator movie, so that's good to know as well.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of bamboozle you with the other end of the spectrum in terms of the movie name.
Yeah,
Instead of Predator, you got Prey.
the Prey. Ooh,
Yeah.
who was the
um,
person that came up with that? They were like, "Let's name it Prey."
Probably Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, got him,
They'll never
got him,
see it coming.
got him. It's like Alien.
Uh,
It's a terrestrial,
yeah.
local.
Oh man. Yeah, so I haven't seen Prey. Obviously I haven't seen Badlands because it hasn't come out yet. But now after watching this, I am kind of curious to go watch Prey and maybe check out the first two Predator movies, 1 and 2.
I mean, all
But
on that
yeah,
topic, I think I'm probably gonna just go on down the beaten trail here and just hit all the recent Predator related things now that I know there's multiple and I've watched this because I just watched Alien Covenant, if that's the most recent one, or Romulus.
Romulus I think is the most recent movie. If Jeff's still around, he'll have to
Yeah.
chime in the
I'm
chat, but I'm
pretty
pretty sure Romulus is the most recent movie.
okay. I'm pretty sure I've watched the most recent one now. Or I watched Covenant finally. Okay, man, I'll have to look it up. But I did watch an Alien movie most recently, and Jeff, if you can answer this question, it's the one where David meets David, newer David versus older David model, but one that comes after Prometheus. So maybe okay, I haven't seen Romulus, so I need to catch up on that. So
Oh,
it's
I didn't
slightly in
know.
the vein.
Did we go see that together
What?
in the theaters?
No.
Are you sure?
What one? Romulus?
No, not obviously not
Covenant?
Romulus. Covenant, yeah.
That might make sense because I
I
was
think we
watching it.
did.
Okay, so yeah, I rewatched Covenant recently, and I'm watching it, and I was having that whole like deja vu thing. I was like, I swear I've seen this movie, but
Yeah, I think
I
we went and
really
saw it
don't
together.
remember anything
Wow,
about it.
dude.
So that makes
Wow.
sense. That makes
Great
sense.
friend.
Yeah,
Don't even remember hanging out with me.
that fixes the hole in my mind where I was like, I could have swore I watched this.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Because I remember we used to talk a lot about Prometheus.
right.
So I think we both enjoyed that. And then that movie came out and we're like, dude, let's go watch it.
What was my sentiment at the time, if you recall?
Yes, I don't recall.
Because all I know is I was texting you guys, and I was like, just the middle parts of those movies, it got way better toward the end, but like the beginning and middles of these types of movies just really pissed me off. Like I get really frustrated with them. I'm like, why are we doing these things? Like
Yeah, yeah.
no normal person ever would do any of these things. First off, like why are these super advanced spaceships carrying like 20,000 like people and carbon froze or whatever, and we're just like kind of a bunch of like it's like the crew of Armageddon, just like let's fly this sucker over here and land there and just see what's happening. Let's bring
Yeah.
it in closer to the storm of the planet. Let's check out this suspicious planet with a beacon that definitely
Yeah.
sounds scary.
Hey,
Or
those weird looking like egg things, we should definitely go over there and
oh my
touch
god,
all of
yeah.
them.
I mean, it's also annoying because like that's the plot line of like the Lightyear movie. Like they're on this giant ship with colonists going somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, let's take this detour. We gotta check this planet out." Like, let's not do that. Um, and there's even a character in Covenant that's like, "We literally researched everything about this planet we're going to. We should totally just stick with that."
Yeah, and then they just
Um,
shoot him in the head. They're like, "What do
yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's just those
idiot? Can you
parts of the
believe this
movie.
guy?"
I know. It's just like the things they come up with to get them all to where they need to be to have all
Yeah,
the violence happen is just
yeah,
I get fired up about that. That annoys me. I'm just like, why?
yeah.
This movie's gonna be good in
Um,
like 30 minutes, but it is not good right now.
yeah. I hate it. I hate it when that happens. I also hate it when that happens in music. We were listening to some music before we went live, and that's fresh in my mind. Where you just have like the first like 30-45 seconds of a song is just the driveway into the actual song, and
Yeah.
like not it's not like a paved driveway, like, and it's really bumpy. And you're just like, why do we even have this? Can we just start with the song?
Yeah, the music.
So yeah, I get equally as annoyed with shows or movies or even video games where you're just like, what is the point of this section when we could just go to the actual section, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Uh
that is not Alien killer of killers, though.
Predator, killer of
Predator,
killers.
sorry, Predator, killer of killers. That is not this at all. This
No.
was actually really good end to end, and it's like, oh, it's Vinland Saga, um, with a predator in it, and then it's like, you know, Assassin's Creed
Blue-eyed
Shadows,
samurai,
Blue-Eyed Samurai with Predator in it.
and
Very cool.
then Masters of the Air with
Yeah,
Predator in it.
Pearl Harbor,
Yeah,
just
bro.
so good, so good. That one
Um,
threw me through a loop, and they did a good job hiding that one there. I was like, "Oh, there's only 2." And I was like, "We don't have a
uh,
lot of time left." And then all of a sudden, I see, like, the dog tags. I'm like, "Oh, boy, where are we going?" Like, at first, I thought we were gonna do, like, Normandy.
yeah.
So they
Well,
actually threw me
I re
through a loop there.
I remember from watching the trailer that there was gonna be a World War II one.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, dude, it was, like, the perfect
No
length,
trailer for me.
like 123 minutes, so
Oh,
what,
yeah.
2 hours? Or no, not 123 minutes, an hour and 23 minutes.
Yes.
Uh,
Perfect.
so, like, 3 short stories introducing the 3 characters, that would be the anthology portion, and then the last, chapter, act, whatever you wanna say, is all 3 of those characters together, finishing out the movie, and dude, that's such a cool idea. Uh, each character is from a very, very different timeline. Uh, not like multiverse timeline, but like
Just
literal
time period.
time period. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was looking for. Um, and the way that they interact with the different predator aliens and how they essentially are like captured and put into stasis, and then that allows for all 3 of these characters from very different time periods to exist together and work to overcome the challenge in the final act. What do you think about um that, like the meta view of how they told the story and like taking those different chunks and being able to like tie them all together?
I think it was awesome because, I mean, 1, they tied them together so well, right? That was so cool how they did that, but they also added the extra complexity of them all having the obvious language barrier, as well, which was cool. But no, I thought it was really, I mean, I don't know, I got through by the time you get through, like, the samurai one, you're like, "Man, how long is this movie?" And it's, like, only 40 minutes, and I'm like, I feel like I've watched an hour already of it. So they definitely pack a lot into those like concise sequences, and they give a lot of like backstory to those characters too, because they hit the like, in whatever order they hit the like origin story of this person, and then the thing that led them to the predator,
Yeah.
which is like a lot of information they give you in a very like concise package. They did a really good job.
Yeah, because each I want to say each character's story is 15, maybe 20
20
minutes,
20 minutes, yeah.
20-ish minutes.
Yeah.
And you're right. Yeah, I mean, if we go back 5 minutes in our conversation, like there's no driveway.
Right.
It's
None.
it's like they're just right into the garage here with these stories and how they tell these. Yeah, I thought each character's chunk of the episode chunk of the movie was so complete. Like it perfect, like exactly like you said, perfectly lays out their backstory, perfectly lays out their motives, to like what leads them to their encounter with the predator. And they were all like really fascinating stories.
Yeah.
Like I could go for a whole movie of each chunk. like like the Viking one. That was an awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they basically hit like, I mean, obviously they're very like familiar arcs in each of like those histories, right?
Mhm,
Right, this tale of like generational revenge on the Viking side, and then the tale of 2 brothers on the samurai side, and then the father son thing going on with the 1940s story.
mhm,
No, I really enjoyed all 3 of them. Probably the 1940s one, probably the least. The samurai one, maybe the most, just because the fight sequence was really cool,
Dude, it was
with the Predator, and each Predator is different, which is fun. But the Viking one, like, the way they start this off, like, I didn't watch any trailer, like, nothing. I've seen
oh,
nothing. I
dude, that
saw
would have
this
been
thumbnail, and all of a sudden, it's just, like, longboats, winter, and, like,
yeah.
Viking raid, and I'm just like, "Oh, man."
Dude,
Oh,
this would have been a wild thing to just watch with absolutely zero
no
context.
context.
Dang it, I wish I would have done that.
Yeah. It
Um,
was cool because I was like, "Okay." Now, the only thing, and I text you and I message you guys, like, the only thing that threw me off is, and it's weird, it came and it went. It's almost like certain types of shots had that, like, lagginess to them. It's like the
mhm,
wide shots where there's, like, just a few moving characters, right? Like, when, they're, like, moving on the boat, or even, like, when the samurais are moving through the halls. But
mhm.
then, like, even on the Viking one, the arrow volley of fire arrows, completely smooth. I'm like, why do the characters,
Yeah.
like, have this, like, laggy effect with this animation, but the other parts are completely smooth? I think it mostly went away, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just like an editing thing, like a post issue that hit some
Mhm.
frames, or what it
Yeah, and
is.
it's funny because before you text me, I was watching it on my tablet. So I was
Mm,
like, maybe it's my
yeah,
tablet, like something's going on there. But then you're like, dude, the lag is killing me. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was just me.
yeah, no, there's no reason for me to have lag.
But yeah, and like, doing some Googling today, it seems like this movie was like well received, except for that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
most of the complaints were about the animation and some of the choppiness of it. I thought, like, art style-wise, looked really cool. It
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
has, like, almost cell-shaded
Right,
type art, but not quite. It kind of, I don't know, in ways, kind of reminded me of, like, Arcane.
right,
A little bit of that art style,
but
not like
not
not a one-for-one ratio, but, like,
right.
some parts of it were like, "Oh, that kind of really reminds me of Arcane," and if it wasn't for those choppy bits, like, this would have been
Yeah,
stunning.
yeah. And I don't know, because, like, there are some sequences where, like, the samurai run down the rooftops, like, that was all smooth and hyper liquid, and
Mhm.
I mean, most of it's in it. There's probably, if you go back and watch it, there's probably just, like, 5, like, sequences that have that issue, and I really started to think it was just, like, an editing thing, like, they're missing frames or something. Um that first scene when they're, like, on the boats and they're coming to shore, it's really bad, and I was worried it was gonna be like that one cell shaded, like, World War II one, where
Oh, yeah.
it was cool that it was cell shaded, but because it was, like, live action with a cell shade, like, dub on it,
Mhm.
it it had that, like, laggy effect to it, and I
Yeah.
was worried because that was really off-putting watching that, because it was just, like, kind of like everything was delayed.
Yeah.
So, I was happy that was not consistent, and it just kind of became is a really minor thing later
Yeah.
on. But at first, I was like, "This can be a really big turnoff if this whole thing was, like, at 12 frame rates a
Yeah.
second."
Chad would have instantly had a migraine and probably threw up.
Yeah, just vomited, right?
Yeah. Oh, my stomach can't handle 11 frames. Um, yeah, actually, that's what made me think of Arcane in League of Legends is, the not so much the arrow volley, but when the Viking party is, like, walking on the,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's, like, the shore or wherever, and just it's, like, post-battle and all the bodies are laying on the ground. It very much made me think of, why can't I think of her name? Ambessa.
Mhm.
Her, like,
Intro, backstory.
yeah, the cinematic trailer for
Yeah.
League of Legends for her character introduction very much made me think of that. Um, but yeah, so the Viking chapter follows Ursa. That's the
Badass.
Viking maiden. That's
Gangster
ninth
grandma.
ninth century. And then chapter 2 or act 2 is the samurai act in 17th century Japan, and that is following the samurai brothers Kenji and Kyoshi. And then act 3, World War II, we're following John Torres, uh, airplane mechanic turned pilot. And then it culminates in the final act. They're all together. But in each act, we're following these characters, and it just so happens that one of these predator aliens is also following these characters. And this is where my lack of predator experience comes in. And I'm wondering, like, I know that they're hunters, right? That's the whole shtick. But, like, why? And, like, what makes them target certain people? Or are they even targeting certain people? Were these predators did they just so happen to be, like, in this area and find a worthy target? Like, is that something that you're able to explain to me, Nick?
Probably not like to 100% accuracy. There's probably some nuances to it, but generally, like the predator race species, that's like their thing, right? They're
Mhm.
predators, right? That's like it's like a cultural thing for starters. It's just the way they organize their society. Um, but and this is probably what someone else can explain to me at some point, and maybe I'll find out as I watch everything, or they add to it is it's like a rite of passage, right? Like I think something has to do with their braids or whatever, their hair, like in terms of veterancy, like how elite they are and like
I
how many
thought
they
I thought you were
killed.
gonna say their hair was also cultural.
No, it is. So basically like those ones were out to, get their stripes, if you will. So they go to different planets looking for the best other predators, right? They look
Mm,
for things that are really good at killing, right? So they are the killer of killers. Um, so that's just like they're looking for these things. It's like hunting big game, right? But
mhm.
not big game that would kill you back. That kind of whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, Head into the jungle and look for the biggest tiger because that's like the biggest trophy to bring home. But obviously, the additional layer here is if you happen to be fortunate enough to survive and kill the predator, you just get scooped up anyways and then brought back to then fight to the death.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, so I did a quick Goog while you were talking, and yeah, you're right. It looks like it's like a coming of age thing, and it says they revere hunters who seek fair fights and not just like going and mass slaughtering, even though that
Right.
also happens as we saw in some of these. But like their goal is to like find a worthy opponent, right? That's going to actually
Right.
like test their skills and ability in combat, because their species is very warrior centric, right?
Yeah.
um but yeah, so each of these encounters with the predator alien in each act, which by the way, each predator is different, which I thought was really cool. They all had different fighting styles. They all look different visually. Hey, Jordan, just the guy who can explain
Hop
things
into it
about
real
Predator.
quick. We'll send you
Yeah,
the link.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude, the first Predator in Ursa's act, just
Big
this
boy.
big brute with like this like
Manual.
sound cannon on Mega Man arm.
Yeah. Manual like retract and shockwave punch thing.
Yeah, dude.
It was cool.
It was first off, her story was like really cool, even though it is kind of like an almost Viking trope, right? But I thought it was
Well,
pretty well done.
it was it was really good. And like it was really deep because it had the whole like her son, her grandfather, and like whole blood on the eye thing. But then they did the Andor thing. It was like, who are you? Like I was just like,
Yeah,
this
I
dude
just
doesn't even.
after Andor, that line doesn't hit the same because
And
Andor was perfect.
I was trying to understand. I was like, why does this dude look like a pirate? Like he's a pirate Viking. I didn't get that. He's
He
just a
look
real suave Viking. He's just like got some
Yeah,
different
to me,
clothes.
he looked like a Mongolian, like Genghis Khan.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so she's on her own hunt. Actually,
yeah,
if you think about it, all of
yes.
the protagonists are technically on their own hunts and then get involved in the predator hunt. But so she's seeking vengeance on this Mongolian pirate Viking who you know, for some reason or another battled her family, right, her father, and was either going to kill her or she had to kill her father. So wow, that's brutal. And that whole scene was tragic. And essentially, her father forces her to kill him, and so he lets her live, just like he said. And so she's dedicated her life to enact vengeance and avenge her father. And so she's having, you know,
By
these
murdering the
moments.
fathers of everyone else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she's having these moments with her son on this journey, and like he's what 16 or
Yeah,
something like that.
coming of age.
She, has that guy like pinned on the tree, which was ridiculous, and like, basically is like, here, son, here's your first. I gave you a real nice setup, and he kind of like wusses out, and they eventually make it to this Mongolian pirate Viking, and they're having their like encounter, and her son just like Schweck, like
Yeah,
takes
'cause
care of
he
vengeance
was
exacted.
giving her the business of like, you're just a coward and you couldn't even
Yeah,
kill your own father, or you did kill your father, like blah blah blah. And then her son just like shut this dude up.
yeah,
Now I want to talk about her shield setup. She was like a
dude.
dual
Oh my gosh,
shield with
so
like
cool.
the edges must have been like razor blades because she just sliced through everything with these shields.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't really quite see that they were edged, but they had a metal, or she just has a really rowdy like punch with them because she just was off in people's heads and cutting people in half.
yeah. Also, Ambessa like. Just
Yep.
saying.
Yeah,
Just
she
saying.
was white haired Ambessa. She was the white
Yeah.
Ambessa.
Yeah, exactly. The prey to predator of Ambessa. Um, yeah, her shields, dude. Those those fight sequences were awesome. Where she's just like just plowing through everyone.
She had a really good rally like cry where she just like yelled and then just charged over the tower that fell and just finished the
Oh yeah,
job. Like I was like, oh man, she's no stopping once you get going.
yeah. But then Buddy Boy takes care, gets his vengeance, and then promptly gets blasted by Mega Man predators like Sonic Boom Hand. Um, and then we just get this ridiculous fight sequence with Ursa and the Predator. Um, yeah, I also love how
Hers
predators
was the
are.
coolest kill, I think. I liked her kill the most out of the
Yeah,
three of them.
wraps him up in the chain and then uses his Mega Man arm against him. Yeah, that was very cool. But as fearsome of foes predators are, it's kind of easy game plan.
Well,
Just like don't be hot, and then they can't see you.
yeah, that's one, and then it's like the other thing is, they're looking for a fair fight, but they all have their like gadgets, right? That
Yeah,
is their edge, but it's
be
always their
invisible.
gadgets that like, yeah, and being invisible. But then their gadgets though ultimately are what kills them. If those it's like kind of the idea of like don't it's the argument of like don't like carry or have a gun unless you're like willing to like kind of use it, because otherwise it'll get used on you. So like if that dude didn't have that Mega Man like punch thing,
Right.
or the other dude didn't have the chain like whip thing, they would have probably just pummeled these people to death. Like I don't know. I just feel like they would have had a better chance without their fancy tricks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Even the World War II
Yeah.
Predator gets
Now,
got by his own like retractable grappling hook bomb things.
yeah, and obviously, I guess, and it's animation, so we can't take it too seriously. But like, are we suggesting that like climbing out on the wing of your plane and just like locking that thing in autopilot and like knocking the
It's not
bomb
even
off?
autopilot. It's a wrench like
Yeah,
propping up the
right. Yeah,
propeller
wrench autopilot.
and just like hitting your like wing stabilizers.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, man, we're really going out there. But then again, you say the same thing about the samurais and like leaping from 10-story towers onto the roofs of other things and just kind of, it's whatever. It's just kind of gliding
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, dude, the samurai act was if you had to pick a favorite of the four, well, let's just say of the three, and then we'll leave the final act, as itself on its own. But between Ursa, the samurai, or Torres, how would you rank those?
Like the whole sequence, like
Yeah,
the
like
whole setup.
one through three. How would you rank
Yeah.
those?
Um, Probably Samurai, Ursa, Torres.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the exact same for me. Samurai story was really cool. You have these two brothers being trained by the shogun, I'm assuming.
They're dead.
Uh he you know
Doesn't speak. He just grunts at
hits
them.
yeah, exactly.
He hits his children.
Like a real man. Um pits them against each other. The one brother is like, I don't want to fight my brother, and then the other brother's like, screw you, I want this sweet armor,
Yeah.
and slices his cheek, and then the sissy pacifist brother gets all butt hurt and he runs out. And then fast forward, a couple
Becomes a
decades.
Ronin.
Yeah, they're all grown up. He's Ninja Boy coming to seek his vengeance, it appears. I love his like, first off, this whole stealth sequence like really triggered me because I tried playing that Blades of the Shogun
Yeah.
game, and I suck at these like stealth ninja games, and I just like relived a lot of terrible memories of failing over and over and over again, and then the ultimate fail of like my Steam Deck updating and it erasing my game save. And so
Sad.
yeah, it's just
I like the bit of comedy in there though. Like he's trying to fight off all the guards from
yeah.
hitting the bell, and then like the
One
other
of
dude over there hits it because obviously, like of all these towers in place, like someone's gonna see
yeah,
this all happening, no matter how quiet you are. And then
yeah.
he's just like lets the dude fall.
Dude, yeah, he just like lets out a sigh, then drops the dude.
Yeah.
I love that. That's probably my favorite sequence of the whole thing, just up on that bell tower.
Yeah, it was just the whole sequence of like he rolls up in the log, darts the guard, and like he's just full on ninja. And the spatial like exploration of the castle, like there's the part where the predators chase him through the hallways.
Mhm.
And for anyone that's like played Sekiro or Ghost of Tsushima, any of those, like they hit all the notes there because like you're running on roofs, you're going through these narrow hallways, you're fighting inside of the castle. It just really kind of captured all those quintessential like
Yeah.
samurai ninja vibes, and it did a good job. And the
I
samurai fight, like straight up, like sword for sword, that like we get that with the brothers multiple times, and then also
mhm.
the predator just in there wrecking shop.
I love how he's just like watching them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. Oh, dude, every sequence of this samurai episode or act, I keep saying episode, but the samurai act was awesome.
And that
It
one
was
had like little to no lag. as far
Yeah.
as I remember. So that was nice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love how they like reconciled after you know, uh Shogun brother like, falls out of the room presumed, to his death before the predator attacks the ninja brother, right? So when the brothers meet on the bank of the river or whatever, like the Shogun brothers like, "Oh, we're going to finish this fight." And the Ninjas brothers like, "No, you don't understand, dude." Like there's something much bigger out here right now. But like them being able to reconcile their beef and then like just come together and just slice this dude up was really, really cool. Um, and then the moment where it mirrors like the very beginning of the act where they're like kneeled down on the bank with the paper boat, and then it ends with them kneeled down and the one brother looking as if he's dying, right, succumbing to his wounds. We and then only to figure out that he's also captured and put in stasis like everyone else. um yeah, I also love the transition between each story. So like after Ursa is on the ship, she's like sitting there on the ship, right? And she's got the collar on. And it like kind of zooms out and then you see the ninja dude sitting
So
there.
good.
And then it goes into his story. And then his story wraps and it goes back to the shot of us seeing him, and then you just see the dog tags, and then we go into Torres's story, which was super cool. Um,
And I
and
like
then
when
after,
Tor's his ends, like it just come like that's the moment he starts like talking to them in the ship,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then that
yeah,
starts. It's all just
yeah,
completely smooth.
it was great. But yeah, I think the Torres episode, the world, or again with the episode act, the World War II story, the weakest of the three. Um, essentially he wants to be a pilot, but he's a mechanic. The aces go up uh,
I think
because one of their planes like gets hit, and it's the Predator's like ship ammo in the plane. They get into like a dogfight with some bogeys, but also the Predator ship, and then that whole sequence. I wasn't as impressed with this act as the other two.
and the fact that like the first act was called the shield, then it was the sword, and this one was the bullet. And like maybe it was a comedic thing because ultimately he gets a musket later, like a single shot musket. And he's like, "This isn't even from my like time." From your, because it's like a weapon from your tribe.
Yeah.
But it would have worked better if it was like, to me, Normandy. First thing I thought was like
Oh yeah.
Normandy or like the Pacific. The Pacific actually would have been sick. Like your whole platoon gets like murdered and you're just stuck on this island with this predator hunting you. But
Yeah,
like,
they probably avoided that similar because of similarities to like the first movie, right? Because
yeah, I
he's hunting
guess.
Arnold and the crew in the jungles, right?
Yeah. But to me, there's like enough like a realistic fight, and it would have had been around a bullet too, right? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
gun, like that would have made more sense to me thematically. But also, I don't know, it was a stretch to me that this like badass alien spaceship was just like that was like how it went out. I don't know. That was just I wasn't vibing with the tech mashup, like these fighters and
yeah. And of my very limited knowledge, albeit,
Masters of the Air. You know everything there is to know about World War II fighters.
yeah, but not about predators
Oh
like
yeah.
honor in their fights they're picking, right?
Yes, but
But it
like
says they're looking for worthy prey and a fair fight, but this dude's just like blowing up planes with his super advanced spaceship.
well, yeah, but now I get like, all right, he's not just like shooting them down with lasers, but but his weapon of choice is this like, you know, dart that is like an anchor and like turns into an
Reverse
anchor
anchor.
and is attached to a chain and just yanks, planes and engines out of the sky. So I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe if it was just like a harpoon shooter, like something really primitive, but like this thing is a little advanced, bud, and
Yeah.
nothing like stands a chance. Plus, your ship can turn invisible, It's got this ridiculous articulating like dual engine system. Like,
Mm.
what are we doing here? Like, they're. I'm like, this
Now,
is fair.
if that guy would have gone up against like Luthen and the Fondor,
Totally different situation. Fondor
I'd
would have cooked them.
say that's a fair fight.
Yeah. So I'm just wait. Well, this is 20th Century Fox, which
Is
used
owned by Disney.
is it? Oh, that's right. It's on Hulu.
Foxes, yeah.
See, okay,
It
so
could happen.
because
Could happen. Just
because
saying.
of Ahsoka and because of Filoni, we could see Star Wars Predator mashup.
Let's do it. She's in the weird like whatever that thing is where she saved Ezra.
Oh, the
And,
whales, the space whales.
No, like whatever that like
Oh,
in between timelines
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, no, I'm just saying because the space whales, they literally can like hyperspace jump between galaxies.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So like in Star Wars, it's just a galaxy far, far away. Technically, it's like acknowledging that it's in our universe. So
That's
we don't
true.
even need a different timeline or nothing. It's in our universe. It's just a galaxy far, far away.
Filoni,
Go.
we're doing you a favor, bro.
Predator.
That one's free.
Clone Trooper, like literally a Predator finds a bunch of clone troopers and it's Rex, Rex style clone trooper versus a Predator. Like,
Dude,
it would work.
that would
Or
be-
Jedi would be really sweet.
Yeah.
Anything.
But dude, I would love to see the Fondor up against that
yeah.
Predator ship. That'd be sick.
Fondor.
And you heard it here first. It technically could happen. We just walked you through it there. But yeah, so each of the protagonists here best their predator, right? They kill their hunter, but still end up getting captured and stasised and brought to
circles.
Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah,
it's like nice. Worrisome, but nice.
They get brought to do you remember the planet name? But essentially their home planet, right? And
Predatordom.
watch out, we don't want Chris Hansen popping in the live stream, okay? Why don't you guys take a seat? Just we're already sitting, Chris, okay? But yeah, they end up on the Predator's planet. They're in these stasis like capsules, essentially. That's the sequel.
Dude, yeah.
That's the prey of this movie.
Yeah, because once because how this one ends, basically they flip it in like 2 or 3 movies from now. And it's
literally Chris Hansen hunting them. Oh, I wish Jordan was here. He'd probably be crying right now. Yeah, so they end up on the Predator's home planet in their little stasis pods. And essentially, if from what I've gleaned from this, like if you beat your hunter, they still capture you, but you're like a worthy warrior, right? Mm-hmm. And hey, what's up, Miss Cat? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, you're like a trophy, but more than a trophy, you're now like essentially a gladiator. Can we get a gladiator crossover? Yeah, can we work that out?
Spartans, just you pick it. Like they've opened a can of worms here.
But no, so the 3 protagonists are now essentially entered into like a gladiator tournament against each other, and then the winner gets to fight like this Ursa calls him like the Grendel King or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially like the leader of the Predators. Oh gosh, now I just can't get Chris Hansen out of my head. One thing you don't want to be called, especially online, King of the Predators.
Tonight, we are going to be sitting down with the leader, the prime predator,
the Grendel King. Wow, now that crossover will never leave my mind. Yeah, so Ursa's like all about this. She's ready to end
everything.
Kiyoshi and Kiyoshi or Kenji, I don't remember which name, the ninja
Kyoshi.
samurai, and Torres. And Kiyoshi's like, no, I'm not fighting you. Like, we need to fight them. And Torres is like similarly being like, no, we need to work together and get out of here. But none of them can understand each other because they're from completely different cultures and completely different time periods, which I love. You brought up this earlier. Like, they don't, like, you know, movie magic, like suspension of
Yeah,
disbelief around that and make them be able to, like,
speak English.
understand each other, you know?
Yeah. Well, I like
So,
Torres. Like he's just constant. Like it's like just like an American thing. Like where's the comedic relief wherever we go with these other cultures, we just think we're funny. But he's like, oh, you speak Japanese. I had to learn some of that for basic training.
that's true. Hey, good thing this wasn't a few years later. It'd been really awkward.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I did love that a lot. I thought that was really cool because it creates some obvious tension because Ursa's trying to, like, kill them and they're trying to, like, get out of there. Um, but yeah, like you said, they provide them with a weapon from their tribe or whatever. So she gets a cool axe. He gets his
Two-handed battle
katana.
axe. He gets a
Um,
katana.
and Torres gets uh, just a musket
A
with
literal
some gunpowder.
a literal like pistol musket with just single shot stuff the gunpowder.
Yeah,
Not
I
fair.
love it.
Like that's why he needed like at least a rifle. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Jerks.
And after, after Ursa's trying to, like, kill Kiyoshi and Torres is just running around doing whatever he's doing, they start releasing some other species into the arena, very similar to, your gladiator movies. That big animal thing was actually really cool and eats Torres.
Dude.
He's like stabbing him from the inside, and eventually they end up, working together, getting on the ship. They don't really fight the king. I mean, they do,
Yeah, they
but
kinda
not like to defeat. Um, does Ursa make it out?
she makes it out, but then ultimately uses the
Jumps
shield to
off, right?
slide back
Yeah,
down the cable, and then she just like messes stuff up down there and dies.
that's right.
Went out like
Um,
a G
yeah,
ma out there. Like she
she
goes to
puts the
Valhalla
G in
now.
Gma.
Yeah, she goes to Valhalla and she was like, "That was cool."
It actually was really cool.
She's like, "That was cool."
She also stole, like you said, stole one of their shields and
Yeah,
got to use a shield again in combat, which was really cool. But yeah, Torres, Kiyoshi, they get away. He hijacks the Grendel King's ship, flies it away. Where to? I don't know. I'm
being
sure he
chased
doesn't
by
know either.
being chased by every single predator with the ship and like on bikes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But most importantly, the post-credit scene that we get, which I'm glad I stuck around for. We get a panning across, like, their human gladiator, like, refrigerator. And we see,
Best Buy
their stock.
warehouse.
Yeah. They have, forgive me, I don't actually, I have it pulled up here somewhere. Having not watched other Predator things, having their names readily available, not really possible. So the first one we see Naru, the main character from Prey. That was such a bright light on your face.
Sorry.
Did you just like open up a visual of the sun or something on your computer?
It was weird because I was opening up a tab that should be mostly dark, but like it reloaded, so it just went white. So I was gonna start looking up. I was gonna start looking up whether I want to watch Romulus or if I want to go
Mm.
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, but instead you just set off
Actually,
a flashbang grenade in your basement.
Actually, though, speaking of To Catch a Predator and Chris Henson, supposedly, like he's coming back and he's doing. I heard. I don't believe it, but apparently he's supposed to be doing a special on like Roblox.
No, I mean, if we're gonna take a little side trail here, that would
Now
be the
that's all
place
I
to
want to
go.
say. Yeah, we can review it when it comes out, I guess. But like,
Yeah,
just know predators out there. You are about to get whatever the term is. Catfish
uh,
by Chris Henson on Roblox.
oh my gosh, that's awesome. And it should be done, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, so the first
Hopefully does it
little
like times 10. Before he was just doing one at a time, but he said he gets like 40 creepy dudes to show up.
oh my gosh, just better make sure you guys got enough chairs.
Happens to
Yeah.
be gentle.
So the first goop tube has Naru from Prey, and then apparently that was it. But then
Right.
after Comic-Con or something, they extended it.
Yep.
And the extended scene shows Dutch and Harrigan from Predator 1 and 2. Dutch, of course, being Arnold Schwarzenegger. So what this does is it allows them sorry, I got some stuff in my throat. But it allows them to do like this new not new, but like this multiverse approach and set up sequels, allow them to continue to do like Predator period pieces. And have them all be like explained canonically without like a multiverse or time travel. Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like they can have, you know, a Dutch, they can have a Kiyoshi, they can have,
right,
you know, insert other person from completely different time period,
it's convenient.
you know, all exist within this same like franchise universe and even exist in the same project, like same movie or show or whatever, because of the stasis thing, bringing them back, setting up like these gladiator type things or whatever else they want to do. So just
do you
kind of
think
like
they could just stick with this format and we just keep doing 3 different time period, like just anthology it to death? Where
dude,
we're
I would be totally fine with that.
Spartans, gladiators.
Do it, please.
Yeah.
Anyone from Star Wars.
Yeah. It's everything. It's like that. It's the battles like they used to have on the History Channel or the different combat ones or the rap battle ones where it's like
rap battles of history. Yeah, no, yeah, it does. It allows for more things like Killer of Killers, where you can do, you know, an anthology based, you know, movie like this. But it also allows for, you know, even an Avengers like team up movie, essentially. You know, you got all these heroes from other movies, or if they ever do a show, right? In the stasis pods or whatever, you know, like Awoken for a gladiator tournament, and then it's like an Avengers type movie like Escape, right?
And there should be a game too. It's just like Evolve, but with
Predators. Dude, I love that game. Evolve went away way too soon. That was such a fun game. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Do you want more like Killer of Killers?
I think this works so well. They might as well just do like a episode like anthology season where like they take 20 minutes. Like they don't have to be long, and it's just all these different random stories. They don't have to do the whole like tie up later. I don't think that's necessary. Where they ultimately get in the arena. Maybe at the end of the season,
Oh
they
yeah,
do
that'd be
that.
cool.
But I mean, I think just like the Star Wars and the What If for
Hmm.
Marvel, like there's no harm in putting this stuff out. It'll get watched.
Yeah,
You
because if you
know,
look at like Prime, I don't know if you watched Secret Levels. Did you watch that?
I need to get to that.
Okay, so
It's
that's
just it's
on
gonna make me
Prime.
want to play video games, so I don't watch it.
That's true. Video games don't make that money. But yeah, no, I think there's like clearly a want and an audience for anthology style shows or
Yeah.
series, or even I've never seen I'm sure this exists in movie format outside of Killer of Killers, but like an anthology within a movie like this.
Oh right.
Like that was a really cool idea, but I think, if you give each character 25, 30, maybe even 45 minutes, if you can not add fluff and just have it be like meaningful, like these 20-minute chunks were of, yeah, just completely different stories fighting a predator, that'd be awesome. And I think obviously animation allows you more freedom to be able to do like cool fight things, right? You don't have to worry about like the practical side of all of that. But yeah, dude, a series, 8, 10 episodes of this would be so cool. And I kind of want to go watch Prey, and maybe watch the first two. I don't know. I wish Jordan was here because in our text chain he was like, "Yeah, bro, there I didn't like some things." You guys know Jordan.
What
Grumpy.
was the biggest mistake they ever did?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, there was a woman in it.
Not true.
That was pretty close impression of Jordan.
Yeah, I guess. No, Alien is a principal supporter of like long-standing, strong female leads. Like that
That's
was
true.
first Alien. Like
That's
back in
very
the
true.
70s, it's been a thing.
Yeah,
That's a
the
primary
OG.
example. So it's not that. He usually picks some other obscure thing. What was it? Commander? So like killing someone off screen. Like I don't know where he gets off on his opinions sometimes. Like as if Jeff was gonna know that. Jeff guessed something. He was like, "Oh yeah, good guess," but like this was definitely the right answer.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
I love
woman.
Jordan. I love
Yep.
Jordan though. Yeah, Jordan, if you are still here lurking in the
Nope.
comments, like let us know what you didn't like. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you feel like you need to say about this before we wrap up?
No, I think we touched on everything. Yeah, it's definitely good. Obviously it defeats the purpose if you watch this, but like I had the luxury of not seeing the trailer. And it was a real good time. Just kind of starting off right off,
Yeah.
nothing. Though it was I do like though that they show you that the predator is stalking very early on. Like that was a
Mm.
fun thing as these stories unfolded. The predator is there and watching,
Hmm.
stalking its prey. So I thought that was cool, a cool dealio. But yeah, I like the differences in the predators too. We kind of talked about that a little bit, but they're kind of I guess novice, right? Like you said, it's a coming of age thing. Um, and they're just not that good, and they unfortunately get killed. But you know,
Yeah.
I approve. I liked it. I liked it. Animation style was also good outside of the weird laggy frame rate issues, but
Mm.
they mostly went away. So yeah, if they just want to polish it up a little bit and make another one, I'd watch it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Highly recommend. Also, yeah, like you said, if you've listened this far and haven't seen it and are like, you know what, I'll go off their recommendation. I'm gonna go watch that now. Probably not gonna be like have the same effect.
Yeah.
But that actually reminds me, so my 8-year-old, actually both my 10 and 8-year-old, really big readers, love reading, always reading books. But my 8-year-old just loves reading like the last page of the book before reading the book. And I'm like, dude, why do you do that? She's like, I just want to know what happens. I'm like, well,
Wow.
yeah, that's the point of reading the book.
Well,
She's like, well, yeah, I just want to know. And I was like,
she'd
okay.
really like Star Wars then.
She would, and she probably would listen to these episodes and
Uh-huh.
then be like, you know what, I do want to go watch that, and just be
Yeah.
totally fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Um,
You know what happens. You just want to fill in the details.
yeah, exactly. Let's see how we
Save the
get there.
suspense and just get to it.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, man.
Praise set in 1719. I maybe want to watch that because it's a period piece.
1719. I
Yeah.
mean, I know that it was with natives, but
A
like
young Comanche
1719.
warrior
Holy cow,
faces a predator in the Great Plains.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
Got to check that
insane.
out. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming, hanging out. Thanks, Jordan, Jeff, Miss Cat, anyone else who was here during the live stream. Appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. We release these episodes on audio platforms, so anywhere you can find a podcast, you can follow us there. And like we said at the start of the episode, we will be going on a little hiatus break here until December when we cover Fallout season 2. We might do some talk about season 1 and leading up to season 2. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you join the Discord. That'll be the best place for you to stay up to date and in contact and part of the conversations that we have daily all the time. Yeah, until then, you guys have a good one. We'll see you, I guess, in a couple months.
Yeah. Till next time.
That was like really hard for me to not say like see you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah, we won't.
Psych.
But